It's September 1st, 2021, and we're in Aurora, Colorado, and we're checking out the native plant project here. This is when I started. I tilled out everything in June, and we seeded this, and we planted plants in this, and most of the things that I seeded didn't come up because of the weather. It's been very hot and dry at certain times, and we also had a lot of bindweed and stuff out here too that we've been weeding out, so we didn't really get a lot of stuff to come up from seed. But most of these plants are doing pretty well though, that we planted here. We've got lots of Rocky Mountain bee plant, pretty much everywhere, and we've got broom ragwort right here. That's these yellow guys that are just now starting to bloom. And some people call these butterweed or broom ragwort, either one. But yeah, he's just about to start going here. We got lots of white sage sprinkled in throughout, some more broom ragwort. We've got white yarrow. We've got prairie primrose, another big broom ragwort guy there. And we've got a four-wing saltbush here, and he's going to be a big shrubby guy, and it's grown a lot since we planted it. And then we've got Karoo sagebrush here, white sage. We've got a soapweed yucca planted in there, and then we've got more bee plant here, broom ragwort. Got a really nice white yarrow that we planted here. We've got white sage, fringe sage. We've got a many-flowered scurfy that we planted in there. He's a little tiny guy. We're trying to get him going. We've got blue gamma grass, white sage, this prairie coneflower. He was blooming here. He's kind of done pretty much now. Sand drop seed, fringe sage. We actually had two hairy golden aster that were in the yard before we tilled it, and we found them and saved them. He's got some bindweeds trying to get over here. And we saved this guy. We've got another one over there that we saved too. So those two were already the only two plants that were actually already here for those hairy golden aster. And we've got stiff goldenrod, prairie primrose here, sand drop seeds. And here's a few of the things that we seeded this year. We got some blue gamma that came up here, and some buffalo grass here, and some more blue gamma and cytoscamma, some more blue gamma and buffalo grass here, blue flax, cytoscamma and buffalo grass there, black-eyed Susan. We kind of had things germinate right in this strip here, and that was the only spot of the yard where we got things to come up, was right along here pretty much. And then we've got tansy aster blooming like crazy here. All the little native bees have just been attacking this thing today. And we also planted some prickly pear cactuses in here. We've got big root prickly pear, and then we've got fragile prickly pear there. So now we've got some prickly pear cactus growing in here also. This is kind of a shot yard here a little bit. And then we'll check out the other part of the side yard over here. We got lots of bee plants over here. I got a four-wing saltbush. He's kind of getting shaded out, but this bee plant kind of got too heavy and they fell over in some of the heavy rains that we had earlier this summer. We've got some yarrow in here, some sages, some fringe sage, And we're gonna plant some more things in here, and you know, of course, we'll get it filled in whenever we get it seeded. And then we got some big milkweed guys here. They're really getting kind of big and floppy here now. And these milkweed were actually already here. They were growing right in this little spot here. And they are one of the only native things that we had besides the hairy goldmaster too. So we had like 3 plants that were already here, and everything else I planted pretty much. But this will look a lot better when we get our stuff to come up from seed and everything here. We just kind of seeded too late pretty much this year. We just got it, by the time we got it started, it was just too hot this summer. This is one of my warmest projects too. I kind of have more projects that are higher in elevation. This is probably my lowest elevation project, probably.